So when I saw the trailer for Dangerous Animals, it immediately caught my attention because it's like it's a creature feature crossed with a serial killer. And to me, that's fascinating. And Jai Courtney is our serial killer. Now, when it comes to him, I was never a huge fan. It's very rare that I see him be especially good in something. Now, that could just be, shitty scripts, not getting the right direction, or he's a bad actor. Anything can really factor into that. But it's like he was tailor-made to be a bad guy, to be a villain, a serial killer. So, like, to me, this proved that's like, okay, Jai Courtney, he can act. And what really pulls you into his performance is just the coldness of his eyes, his facial expressions, his body language, his speech, the way he delivers his lines, just cool, calm, collected, psychotic. Like he himself makes you afraid of him. Especially when we find out, because he shows off his little collection, because each serial killer has their own little collection of something they've taken from their victims. When we see that, and we see the number of victims, it's like, whoo, this guy's been doing this a while. And there's one sequence where he's dancing around in a robe and his underwear, and he's holding a bottle of booze, and it's just the way he goes about it. It makes him even freakier. And there's one line. Now, this is a tiny spoiler, so feel free to fast forward, I don't know, a couple of seconds, 10, 15, 20 seconds, whatever. But there's one line after he feeds somebody to the sharks. He goes, "Now that is the greatest show on earth." And that right there was like, ooh. Like it sent shivers down the spine. Hassie Harrison is our heroine, and she too is great. The acting in general in the movie is very good. Hassie Harrison as our heroine, Zephyr Josh Houston as someone she screws once and he basically becomes obsessed with her. But the highlight of Dangerous Animals is Jai Courtney. Now the story as a whole, it is overall very good because it's different in that serial killer, but he feeds his victims to sharks. He feeds them to the perfect killing machines, which makes himself the perfect killing machine. That's why he hasn't been caught, because there's no trace of his victims. But what this movie has going against it is that you name the horror cliche, you name the horror trope, it's there. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just what comes out when you're writing, but it has every cliche and trope in the book. The biggest one is that, our serial killer, he kidnapped the wrong one. He finally met his match. And that is one of the biggest cliches in horror. Now, they do play it up a little bit. They change it up a little bit. And, instead of him calling her, "Oh, you're a badass, aren't you?" Which is itself very cliche, and I'm myself guilty of it, calling a woman a badass in a horror movie or an action movie. But instead of doing that, he compares her to a certain fish for her tenacity, her toughness, her will to live. And that right there was, I thought, fantastic because it was different. They went about it differently. Dangerous Animals will keep you interested, without a doubt. It is edge of your seat. It is thrilling. It's tense. The performances are great. The special effects, the gore and everything, fantastic. There are a few instances of CGI sharks, and it's very much CGI. It's pretty bad. But when we actually see a shark, it's like, oh, big. Big and real looking because it's an actual shark. But when it's a fake shark, it's a fake shark. So if you're a fan of creature features, if you're a fan of serial killer movies, this movie is definitely for you. And Jai Courtney, he will hook you in, pun totally intended. Hassie Harrison, her performance will hook you in. Basically, our two main stars. They will keep you invested, without a doubt. And the story is overall pretty good, but because it is filled with so many horror cliches and horror tropes, I do gotta downgrade it a wee bit. From, as I was going through the movie, I was thinking, this is a solid A. But then as I started noticing all the cliches and the tropes, it's like, come on, man, you can do better. You started out so well, and then it's just what happened. So I got downgraded a letter, but still a good letter. 100% a passing grade. I give Dangerous Animals a B. Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more movie and TV reviews, along with reaction comedy shorts. Join the channel membership for just $1.99 a month to be able to watch all videos before the public with early access. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.